देवावुचुः नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः। नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियताः प्रणतास्मताम्। रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै धात्र्यै नमो नमः। ज्योत्स्नायै चेन्दुरूपिण्यै सुखायै सततं नमः। कल्याण्यै प्रणतां वृद्ध्यै सिद्ध्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः। नैऋत्यै भूभृतां लक्ष्म्यै शर्वाण्यै ते नमो नमः। दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः। अतिसौम्यातिरुद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः। नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै दिव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्त्यारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः।
She is in the form of peace, Shanti, peace. peace is something is always welcome, especially when we are talking, when we are in the midst of some kind of war somewhere all the time happening. Peace is something everybody wants. What you get in higher peace, the spirituality peace, is something when you free yourself from all sensory organs. That is where yoga comes into place. Yoga means finding that union. No? So how you control your mind? By controlling your breath. By controlling your breath, your mind gets controlled. The sensory organs don't go outside because they have the tendency to go outside. So peace, the inner peace, is something that can be achieved when your mind is controlled, when your indriyas are under control. That is the reason we train ourselves in different kinds of prayer, puja, stostram, everything we train it, so we quieten that mind which is tumultuous always, like indriyas always keep gathering information. So the mind gets so tumultuous, so it is so difficult to get that peace within. If you get that peace within, then you can see things much more clearly. When the inner peace is achieved, things are much more clearer in front of you. That is where your journey starts towards the higher knowledge. That is what is very important. So the next one in Harivamsa, actually it has been, Harivamsa is like Bhagavatam, it is also a scripture, Harivamsa. It says like Shanti is the daughter of Shraddha. The outcome of your faith, which is your next one, Shraddha Rupena Samstita. The outcome of faith is Shanti. The faith that you have. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
So Shraddha, the faith in something, gives you peace of mind. If a child is disturbed, the faith the child has in his or her mother or father quietens their character. We can see it. We have all been we are all parents and we know how our children react. The confidence that they have in parents that they will be protecting us at any point of time gives them the peace of mind, gives them the faith in the system. In the same way, the faith is attributed to the divine. That is the only thing. Because we are all we are all sailing in the same boat. With all the troubles in the samsara, all the troubles in all the problems everywhere, more or less, all our struggles are similar. No? So that is the reason you just have that faith in something, unwavering faith that it will not let you down, then you have the inner peace. So that is why that Shanti and Shraddha, they come together. The Shraddha leads to Shanti. Okay, that faith leads to Shanti. That is what it is. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kanti Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kanti Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kanti Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Beauty and loveliness. It is always we also want to see the divine in a beautiful form. We don't want to see them in Raudra Rupam, be it Narsimha or Durga. We want to see in a beautiful Krishna form or beautiful Lalita Parameshwari. where we can, like, the beauty we feel is the inherent quality of divine. Is this the only the outward beauty? No, it is not. There are so many beautiful things. When the sun rises, the nature's beauty is there. You see the mountains, you see the ocean. The beauty is something that prevails, is a part of this prapancham. The starry sky is beautiful. That is what the Ratri Shuktam says. Beautiful starry sky, starlit. So there are so many. Helping others is beauty. You can see, if you want to see beauty in everything, beauty Satyam Shivam Sundaram. What is truth? What is auspicious? What is beautiful is the ultimate. That is why beauty is always defined as divine aspect. It is not the physical beauty we are here talking about. Physical beauty, what happens? The skin shrinks. It is short-lived. No? The hair goes grey. We are not the same Yauvanam of the 16. As we age, everything gets like shrinking. But there is a beauty in that. So the beauty is not the physical form, the beauty is inside you. The beauty of the heart is beautiful. However you look, your mother is always beautiful in your eyes, however she looks. No? We don't go by how she looks. She's your mother. The one word, no, that defines everything. The same way, this divine beauty is something that you see everywhere in this prapancha. It's a part of it. A fully blown flower, a beautiful sea, beautiful mountains. All those things, everything is a beautiful act of kindness. That is also a beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Looking at this prapancham as a part of beauty is something that actually gives so much of positive thing in your mind. No? Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samsthita.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः
या श्री स्वयं भुवनेषु लक्ष्मी विसाय सुकृतेन हृदयेषु बुद्धिः. So Lakshmi is good fortune. She is in the form of, we saw Alakshmi, Nairuti, we saw it. That is all misfortunes. Whereas Lakshmi means it is good fortune. So she is in the form of good fortune, as well as the opposite of it. So here it is mentioned only as good fortune, because the next nama comes as Vritti Rupena. It is not only the vritti of the fortunes, we will see what else it is. It can denote. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita. Namastasयै 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 Namo Namaha.
So, Vriddhi is expansion, that is growth of this fortune. Vriddhi is activity. We call it as Manovritti. Vritti Rupani. She is in the form of activity in everything. What is very difficult is to control is to Manovritti. Mind is always active. Mind can travel up to the moon and come back in no second, no? It is that fast. Mind is very, very active. So, Manovritti has to be controlled. But she is the one who gives that vritti. Those activities, because she is in the form of activity, action also happens because of her. This Manovritti also happens because of her. So this is a very, very subtle manifestation of thoughts. what manovritti we call it as manifestation of thoughts. So thoughts, if need to be controlled, actions also need to be controlled. That is, indriyas need to be controlled. So manovritti is something. That is why they have given a beautiful passage from Yoga Sutra. They say yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti, manovritti, that thoughts, the control of your activity is something is called yoga. Yoga is the one which controls the activity of the mind. Because it controls your breathing. The moment you stop, you control your breathing, the mind stops. You can experience it every time, because with the breathing, it activates the para, the sound, avyakta sound in the Muladhara. It gets activated only with breathing. When it starts coming up, then the thoughts, the mind plays a role, then the intellect starts analyzing it, then you start thinking about it, then you want to talk what you want to talk, then the words come out. All the activities start from there. Breathing is the main reason for that. When you stop your breathing, the whole exercise also gets stopped. Mind also is quiet, intellect is also quiet. Because there is nothing to analyze, intellect also is quiet. That is when your mind is in equilibrium. In a kind of equilibrium, that is what is yoga. That is what is yoga. That is why controlling your breath leads to controlling the mind, and ultimately you find your union with the divine. That even for few seconds. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samsthita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samsthita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samsthita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Actually, I wanted to mention one more thing about vritti, because they say like vritti is thoughts, manifestation of thoughts, manovritti. So your Patanjali says, when you cannot stop your thoughts completely, then develop to think good thoughts. Only good thoughts, then the bad thoughts will diminish. At least you can train yourself to think good. So that is one of the exercise in yoga, like you have to start thinking good. Okay? Smriti Rupena Samsthita, in the form of memory. Just imagine if there is no memory in this world. We will not remember one another. There is no connectivity. We get connected with one another because of the memory. And she is in the form of memory because she never forgets anything. That is why she gives according to your actions. Phalam is according to your actions. If you do good things, you get good things. If you do bad things, you are going to reap the fruit of that. So, memory is something which is very important for continuity. Continuity, if you needs to be, then memory is something that is very, very important, and she is in the form of that memory. So, like the continuity continues, no? Like the prapancham continues. It is only with the memory it continues, otherwise it will not. Smriti also means like what is remembered. Like what is remembered is called Shruti. Smriti. Shruti, Smriti we say. Shruti is what is heard. It is divine. We didn't create it. It is divine thing. So the Vedas are called Shruti because it is heard. It is divine. Divine words, not ours. Whereas Smriti, everything else other than the Vedas are called Smriti. Be it epics, be it Upanishads, everything, they follow the principles of the Vedas. But it is man created, human beings made it. That is the only difference. That is divine verse, this is man-made. What Shruti is divine words, Vedas are divine. Whereas everything else other than Vedas are called Smriti. But they toe the line of Vedas, the principles that are explained in the Vedas, they don't deviate. Any of our even epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, whatever the epics that we take, there's so many stories there. They don't deviate from the dharmic principles mentioned in the Vedas. They give anecdotes, they just make it easy for others to understand. Simplifying it is to understand what the Upanishads and the epics and all came forth. So Vedas were cryptic, only few could understand. That needs to reach everybody, people who are not well read also. Then all the other things came. The stories, Puranas, everything came after that. So everything else other than Vedas are called Smriti. So Smriti Rupena Samstita, she is the Madruka Varna Rupini, we say. She is the form of all the letters, Madruka Varna. Then everything is hers only. And so Smriti, she is in the form of Smriti. Okay. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Compassion. Compassion is very, very important aspect of our life. We have to empathize. That is what keeps us all together. The compassion, she is in the form of compassion. She is not how, I don't know how many of you have read the Saundara Lahari. Jagatratum Shambho, the Jayati Karuna, Kachi Dharuna. She Jagatratum Shambho. Shambho, I have told, Sa Amba. Shambho, Ishvara's name is Shambho. When he is united with Ambal, he is called Shambhu. Shambhu is when he is united with Ambal. Jagatratam Shambhu. The Shambhu, who is the Aikya Rupam of Shiva and Shakti, to protect this world, emerged in the form of compassion, Kachid Aruna in the red color, because Shiva is always depicted as like, crystal, pure, white, spadika. Okay? In that the red emerges as a part of compassion. This is Shankara's words. So that red emerges as compassion. So compassion is the main quality of the divine. The Brahman's main quality is compassion. Otherwise, we will not be leading our life for every small act if they are not compassionate towards us. We will not be doing what we are doing now. So compassion is very, very important in life. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Tushti Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Tushti Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Tushti Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Tushti about our desires, when do we have contentment? Only when we eat our food. We say, Podum. Otherwise, that word never comes into our mouth. No, enough.
That is also short-lived.
அடுத்த நாளைக்கு பசு வந்துடுறது எப்படி பின்ன இல்லையா? And a few hours only we are podum. Then again we want. It is so like, when you see it, the cessation of desires. Contentment is cessation of desires. When you say dark, lack of light is called dark. It is the same principle. Cessation of desires is contentment. This contentment, when it comes, then you see the divine. When you feel like you are happy, when a vessel is full, it is only half full or empty, then you keep pouring. When the vessel is full, it doesn't take anything more, it just spits off. This is the same thing with our life. Like when you feel like you are contented with whatever you have, because all the things that we desire are all for this gross body. It is only for us. We want this, we want the comfort, we want to go buy a car, like all things are connected with this gross body. But when you grow beyond that, then you feel like you are going ஆசை அருமின்கள் ஈசனோடு ஆயினும் ஆசை அருமின்கள். You will know, she will know it. I mean, give up that desire even towards Ishvara. Even towards Ishvara, give up the desires. ஆசை படபட ஆய்வரும் துன்பமே, ஆசை விடவிட ஆனந்தமாமே. The moment you start, there is no end to it. And are we satisfied the moment we get it? No. A houseless person wants only a small thatched house, and then he is looking out for a concrete house, a single bedroom house. Then it goes to double bedroom. You buy a car, you are not happy with driving a scooter, then you go up to a motorbike. Then you go, and the brand of the car also, you want something bigger. Always want. There's no end to this want. No? So, till you keep these desires, there is that pain you undergo that. The pain that you undergo in achieving what you want. How many compromises you have to make to achieve that desire. Just sit and think about it, then you will feel that it is not worth it. How many compromises we make to achieve something that we really, and ultimately what it is for? It is for this body. This body which is not going to stay for more than, if you are really healthy, for quite a long time. If you are not, then you go in the midway. Somebody was mentioning that day, like till say 25-30, you struggle, studying, getting into a job, earning. Next 30 years, you accumulate so many things that I want this, I want that. See this house, it is so filled with so many things. But after 60, whatever you have accumulated, you want to just reduce it. No? You want to reduce it. How we are finding ways to reduce our things.
That's also difficult.
It's difficult.
Nobody wants to take, no?
Who wants to take it? You are used to stuff. No? So what actually we enjoy is that couple of decades in between where we accumulate, and that also we don't know we completely enjoy that.
No, we will not enjoy, mommy. Somebody will enjoy. We will buy everything.
Yeah.
There will be somebody behind us who will enjoy.
So the contentment is something that is very, very important. Unless you put a full stop to that, it is going to continue. Agudida, nei ஊத்த agudi, எரிஞ்சுட்டே இருக்குமே. No, it will be burning. ஆகுதி ஹோமத்தில் நெய் விட எரிஞ்சுட்டே தான் போகும். எவ்வளோ நெய் விடுவேன்? போரும் நிறுத்தினா அதுவும் நிற்காது. That is what is desire. That is exactly what is desire. Desire is something that is killing us, that is killing our family, making so many compromises in our lives. So always remember, tushti rupena. She is completely full. She doesn't need anything extra. The Brahman is complete. You cannot fill something which is complete. Only when it is incomplete you fill. The Brahman is something that is complete. So tushti rupena samsida. We have to get really inspired by that. At least to some form of tushti we have to have. Okay? I am also sailing in the same boat. I give all the gyan. Don't worry, I am not anything so different. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Bhavam tat bhavati. Whatever is your bhavam towards it, the divine appears in the same way in relation to your bhavam. There is Matru Bhavam is always hailed its highest thing because of the patience, whatever the child does, when it comes back to the mother shows the same affection, irrespective of whatever the situation may be. She is able to easily forgive and nurture the child. Nurturing is one of the important aspects of a mother. Nurturing the child is also very important. So that is why we prefer to see the divine as the mother. I always cite the example because I like Prahlada Narasimha so much. Narayana is only one. But Hiranyakasipu's mindset reflected Narayana as Narasimha. But Prahlada's mindset looked at Narayana as the divine savior. As a father, mother, whatever. That is why he could go on. He didn't bother about the blood in Narasimha's hand. And who was killed? His own father was killed in front of him. Everybody was so scared, hiding away. But the little Prahlada could go and sit on his lap without a hesitation. Yat bhavam tad bhavati. However, divine always is the reflection of your thoughts and your approach. However you want to see it, you see it. When you look at it as mother, like child approaching a mother, she comes only as a mother. He or she, the gender is something, it is irrelevant. You get only that. That is what I cited Prahlada, because here we talk about Mahavishnu. Of course, Durga being in the feminine form, it is very easy to attribute her as a mother. So the entire Mahatmyam, the approach of whatever the battle that happens in Mahatmyam, the gory details to some extent they have given. It is not very bad. Because when you read, there is always we put a line. When you put a longer line, then this line becomes smaller. When you read worse things than that, how the same anecdote can be interpreted in a different way in a different scripture, then you feel okay, it is very, very moderate. Because when I was reading Mahatmyam, I thought this is very gory details. What it is, why they are explaining like this. Initially you have that thought. After I read Tripura Rahasya, okay, this is very, very moderate. They have not described Kali like how they have described in Tripura Rahasya. That is worse. How they have described is simply worse. The description of Kali is beautiful here in the Mahatmyam. That is what the underlying thing is, how we approach the divine. Understand always that. Don't have that fear in the mind. Now, many people ask me this especially like scripture like Dev Mahatmyam and all, it is so like powerful, whether it is good to recite, anybody can recite. Anybody can recite. There is no restrictions to this. It only your approach matters. Shuddha Manasa, they say, like, in Lalita Sahasranam, the Nama comes as Shuddha Manasa. Only the mind has to be pure. Your approach has to be genuine. You really feel like a child and approach her, she will really come as a mother. That is what is more important. You have to be genuine. You have to be pure. She is only the reflection of your thoughts, your approach, your attitude, your mind. Always remember that, because this one word is so important, because the way she protects us is something unimaginable. They give us so many chances to redeem, otherwise we would not have taken one more birth here to come here to redeem ourselves. They have given us such a beautiful human birth, where you have a chance to redeem. The compassion that they have, that is why we approach her as a mother. So Matra Rupena, whoever is a mother, every woman is worshipped as like Gauri. Every woman is worshipped like a Gauri. Think like that. Be whatever be the attire, be whatever be the socio-economic status. She can be a maid in the house. That is her karma. But at the end of the day, understand one thing. Every being has got the divinity in them. And the karma takes a different place. We are in a better place. Probably we have done something good in the past life. That's it. Not beyond that. So, Matra Rupena, this is very, very important. Approaching Chandika or Kali as mother. Just imagine a fool like Kalidasa became such a great poet. In Srividya Upasakas, there are only 3 Bhattarikas. Bhattarakas, not Bhattarika, Bhattarakas. She is the only Bhattarika. So Bhattarakas we call them. One in the divine form, and the second one is amongst the rishis. And the third one is among the humans. Divyauga, Siddhauga, Manauga. The 3 line comes like that. For divine celestial being, Shiva himself is Ishvara Bhattaraka. Shiva himself is the foremost worshipper of Ambal in the truest form. Okay? So he is called as Ishvara Bhattaraka. And in rishis, amongst the rishis, Durvasa is called Bhattar, Krodha Bhattaraka. Krodha Bhattaraka, because if you see so in Srividya tradition, we have got 2 ways of worship. One is Parshurama Kalpasutram and Durvasa Kalpasutram. Parshurama Kalpasutram is 99% people like us follow. Durvasa Kalpasutram is followed only in Kamakshi temples. It is only mainly for Kamakshi, because absolutely tantric. This is also, you can convert it into tantric, but that is different. So Durvasa amongst the rishi is called Krodha Bhattaraka. Who got it in the humans? Kalidasa. Kalidasa is called Sringara Bhattaraka. The way he explained Devi, nobody has done it. Because he can fight, he can scold. Vadi podin scold pannuva. Kodumaya scold pannuva. Without any respect, he will shout at her. He is called Sringara Bhattaraka. He got the three Bhattarakas. Kalidasa, who is just a fool, she elevated him to some highest level. Unbelievable it is. What he attained. No? Unbelievable. So this is what? Matru Rupin. The connection that you have with the deity is in you. How you want to have it. It is not anywhere else. It is not prescribed in any text so far. No text prescribes it how you have to approach a deity. The success of being a wonderful devotee is in your heart. It is absolutely your way. That is why in this culture, our Sanatana Dharma, we appreciate people who have done so many yajnas, homas in the same breath. You have someone like a hunter who went and kept his foot on the Shiva idol. They are given the same kind of respect. Because bhavam tad bhavati. Understand that the way you want to worship is only in your hand. No text in this. Our wide Sanatana Dharma has got plenty of text scriptures to guide you. But it is only in your heart you have to decide how you want to approach it. So Matru Devo Bhava. Matru, she is the mother. So whatever we consider like mother, father, guru, everybody has divine. Devam, Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. All are kept in the same pedestal. That is very important. These are all the things that we have to inculcate in our children, including mine. Okay? Ya Devi Sarva Bhute. No, I don't want you to think that because I am in my own world. When I am sitting here and talking, I am in my own world and I talk. But reality is something that I have to face it once I switch off this mic. Okay? That is it. So I just want to make it comfortable for you. That's it. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
We started with Vishnu Maya and we are ending this with Bhranti. Bhranti is confusion. But she is in the form of Vishnu Maya and she is in the form of confusion. Without that, nothing happens. Because of that confusion, that Maya, we are all related to one another. Our child is our child. We consider it as our child. No? We don't consider it as one more soul. We consider it as our kid. No? That is because of Maya. Otherwise, this will not sustain. If everybody is going to become realized soul, where there is going to be creation? No? Things had to happen. This prapancham had to move on. This is a cycle, like goes and comes cycle. So we have come actually a complete circle from Vishnu Maya to Bhranti here, as like the order of the world, the projection of the world is because of this confusion and Vishnu Maya. That is what is because the next line is actually proves that. Indriya, the thing is another couple of couplets, like it will be over. This one is over, and then the stuti will start. Indriyanam adhishtatri.
Indriyanam adhishtatri. Indriyanam adhishtatri.
Bhutanam chakuleshu ya.
Bhutanam chakuleshu ya. Bhutanam chakuleshu ya.
Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakuleshu ya.
Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakuleshu ya. Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakuleshu ya.
Cha akileshu. Okay, cha akileshu has become chakileshu. It is not one word. Cha akileshu. Okay. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai.
Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai.
Vyapti devyai namo namaha.
Vyapti devyai namo namaha. Vyapti devyai namo.
Vyaptyai.
Vyapti. Vyapti devi. Vyaptai. See, it is the same meaning. The meaning doesn't change. Vyapti devyai. There is no patantra bedam also here in this. It is not mentioned. Okay. Vyapti devyai. Okay. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti dev. No, what happens like, chandam. Vyaptyai, if you say, the chandas changes, the meter changes. So Vyapti devi is better. Okay. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha.
Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha.
Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakhileshu ya. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha.
Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakhileshu ya. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha. Indriyanam adhishtatri. Bhutanam chakhileshu ya. Bhuteshu satatam tasyai. Vyapti devyai namo namaha.
Vyapti Devi, the one who pervades everywhere. That is what Vyapti Devi. Indriyanam adhishtatri. She presides over all the Indriyas. Bhuteshu. Bhutha means elements. Panchabhutam, we call it as Panchabhutam. So all elements, all senses, she who presides over that. And is Vyapti Devi, she is all pervading. Vyapti means all pervading. Bhuteshu satatam tasya. She is present always in every being. When she is not present, this every being becomes no being. No? Till she is present, so she is always present in every being. Satatam tasya. Vyapti Devi namo namah. The one who presides over the senses and all the basic cosmic elements, and who is pervading the entire prapancham, she is present in every being always, and I say, I worship her. Okay. Chiti rupena ya kritsnam.
Chiti rupena ya kritsnam. Chiti rupena ya kritsnam.
Yetad vyaptya sthitha jagad.
Yetad vyaptya sthitha jagad. Etad vyapya sthitha jagat.
Chiti rupena ya kritsnametad vyapya sthita jagad.
Chiti rupena ya kritsnametad vyapya sthita jagad. Chiti rupena ya kritsnametad vyapya sthita jagad.
Namastasyai 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 namo namaha. How she pervades the entire world. Vyapti, how she is. When we say she pervades the entire cosmos. Chitti rupena. She is present in every being as its consciousness. This is a fragmented consciousness. It's not absolute consciousness. This consciousness, which is present in every being, is the root cause for the evolution that takes place in every being. When a child is born, child also has consciousness, no? Consciousness stays intact. Because this consciousness is present, the child grows into a small, young human being and an adult and becomes old. The evolution takes, the changes takes, the transformation takes place. Activity it is keeping alive. All kinds of activity in every being. Even if you take a rock consists of minerals. Minerals has got atoms, neutrons, protons, everything. The proton is constant, but whereas neutron goes around. Every mineral has got, and every rock has got so many minerals in that. Right? So even rocks are active in their dormant way. The way that we cannot perceive that. It is only that is the thing. We cannot see the action that is happening in the. That is why we say the conscious is present there in the dormant stage. Because of the presence of this consciousness, chitti, there is this mineral that is active. Because without active, how two minerals will conjoin to make one alloy? If an alloy had to be made, iron and copper in some proportion had to be combined. No? Bronze had to be made. Two metals had to be combined. If they are not active, the metals are not active, then they cannot be combined. If it is like, like if you say, in our own terms, we can say, you make the roti dough and some other dough, you can mix it because it is supple and things you can mix together. Action is there in every being. Who is the reason for that action? Is that the consciousness which is present. That is the reason when the consciousness leaves, when the soul, we call it as, leaves with the sukshma deham, the sthulam becomes shava. Inactive, it becomes shava. So, which is the reason for the moment? This is consciousness. So, this being present in every being as that consciousness, which makes this jagrat, this jagat active. That is present. That is what is like, slowly they are getting into the serious aspect of her. Like the whole world, this entire world is, she is pervading in the entire world, and you can see the action that is happening in the world all the time. Okay, now there is going to be a small change in the Chandas. We saw the Anushtup Chandas. So we have seen Anushtup Chandas, we have seen Vasanta Tilaka. This one is called Vamshastha. Vamshastha. The meter is called Vamshastha meter. It has got 48 syllables. 48 syllables because Vasanta Tilakam has got 56. Anushtup Chandas has got 32. And this Vamshastha meter has got 48 syllables in this. Okay, that is a small change, because this one, to say like, this is more like an appeal, because they have come here only with an appeal. So they have praised her in all the other ways. Their job is over, so Anushtup Chandas is one part is over. Now they have to put why they have praised her. Nothing happens without a reason. So this Devas also praised her with something in their mind. So their appeal, and like they have to bring the entire Aparajita Stuti to a conclusion. They are concluding it with different chandas and an appeal by the Celestials. Okay. Stutasure. Okay. Stutasure purvamabhishta samshrayat.
Stutasure purvamabhishta samshrayat. Stutasure purvamabhishta samshrayat.
Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita.
Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita. Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita.
Stuta surair purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita.
Stuta surai purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita. Stuta surai purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tatha surendrena dineshu sevita.
Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari.
Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari.
Shubhani bhadranyabhi hantu chapadaha.
Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha. Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha.
Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Shubhani bhadranyabhi hantu chapadaha.
Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha. Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha.
Stuta surair purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tata surendrena dineshu sevita. Karotu sana subhedurishvari. Shubhani bhadranyabhi hantu chapadaha.
Stuta surai purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tata surendrena dineshu sevita. Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha. Stuta surai purvamabhishta samshrayat. Tata surendrena dineshu sevita. Karotu sana shubhaheturishvari. Shubhani bhadranya vihantu chapadaha.
Stutha surair purva. So long ago, all the celestials praised her like this. What for? Abhishta samshraya. They resorted. Samshraya means ashraya. Ashraya means resorting to her. They resorted to her long back, praised her. Abhishta. Abhishta means their desires, to fulfill their desires. Surendrena, who is the Indra, Surendrena, who is the Lord of all the gods. Dineshu Sevita, they daily worshipped her. They resorted, daily worshipped her and praised her to fulfill their desires. What is their desire? Is the next line. Karodasa na shubhahedurishvari. Shubhani Bhadrani. Shubhani Bhadrani, to give all good things, prosperity to them. Shubhahetu, to create happiness, all good things to them. Bhadrani means all prosperous. Not only beauty, it is prosperity also. Prosperity as well as happiness they want. Hantu cha apadah. Hantu cha apadah. To destroy their misfortune. Apat, we call it as misfortune, apat. Hantu, to destroy that misfortune. So they worshipped her every day guided by, preceded by Indra. Every day they worshipped her, resorted to her to get happiness and prosperity and to get all their misfortune destroyed. Ya sampradam chodhadat daityadapitair.
Ya sampradam chodhadat daityadapitair.
Chodhatha. Okay. So the three dha has come there. Chodhatha. Okay. Ya sampradam chodhadat daityadapitair.
Ya sampradam chodhatat daityadapitair. Ya sampradam chodhatat daityadapitair.
Asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate.
Asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate. Asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate.
Ya sampradam chodhada daityadapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate.
Ya sampradam chodhada daityadapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate. Ya sampradam chodhada daityadapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate.
Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah.
Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah.
Sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi. Sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti.
Don't say hantinah, hantinah sarva, sandhi use it. Use the sandhi there. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Ya sampradam sodhada daityatapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
Ya sampradam chodhata daityadapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi. Ya sampradam chodhata daityadapitair asmabhirisha cha surair namasyate. Ya cha smrta takshanameva hantinah sarvapado bhakti vinamramurtibhi.
So, in the first line they say, she is all good, all personification of all goodness, and we are praying to her to destroy all the misfortunes. Now they are pinpointing the misfortune here. Sampradam, now, presently now, what is happening now is Chodhata Daityatapiter. We are tormented by this Daityas, the demons. That is why we God, Surair Namasyate, we God now honor you. Asmavir Isha, you are the supreme power. We honor you because now we are tormented by Chodhada Daityatapiter, were arrogant Daityas. We are tormented by arrogant Daityas. That is the reason we have come now. We are honoring you, we are praying to you. Yacha smrthata kshanameva hanti. The moment you have told once, only once you told us, like the moment you remember us, I will remember me, I will come and destroy. All your misfortunes, I will destroy. The kshanameva hantina, that kshanam. Sarvabhado. From all kinds of misfortunes, you said that. So, Bhakti Vinamra Murti, with all the bodies bowed down in devotion. Bhakti Vinamra Murti means your body. Bhakti Vinamra, with complete devotion. So, completely devoted. And we are saying, like we are tormented by these Daityas. Takshanameva Hantina. Because we have thought about you, I know you will do it in a moment's time. We'll stop with this now. The stuti is over. The stuti is little like, I know that it's longer in explanations, but to understand it much better, understand her much better, I think it really helps you, because this is a stuti we all know so well, otherwise also we recite. But knowing the meaning of it is something very important because of that. Okay. So we will recite whatever we have learned today and complete this. Okay. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Khanti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Smriti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Tushti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matru Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Indriyanam Adhishtatri Bhutanam Chakileshu Ya Bhuteshu Satatam Tasyai Vyapti Devyai Namo Namaha Chiti Rupena Ya Krutsnametad Vyapyastida Jagad Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha
स्तुदासुरैः पूर्वमभीष्ट संश्रयात् तथा सुरेन्द्रेण दिनेषु सेविता करोतु सा नः शुभहेतुरीश्वरी शुभानि भद्राण्यभिहन्तु चापदः या साम्प्रतं चोद्धतदैत्यतापितैरस्माभिरीशा च सुरैर्नमस्यते या च स्मृता तत्क्षणमेव हन्ति नः सर्वापदो भक्ति विनम्रमूर्तिभिः